Hey everyone, in today's video tutorial I'm going to have a look over a new sensor, that is HDC1000. To gain more knowledge about this sensor, let's go to controleverything.com and search for this sensor. So we have HDC1000 as a humidity and temperature sensor, and these are some of its features. As we proceed in this video, I will be taking a tour with this sensor regarding its features, applications, working, interfacing, hardware connections, and a lot more. So let's proceed. For the interfacing with the sensor with an particle photon, I will be requiring a particle code. So go to the resource tab here, and here is our particle code sample. Click on this code sample and you can download this code as a zip file, as you can notice from here. You can also have this particle code from our GitHub repository, that is Control Everything Community. Now let's move ahead and let's make some connections for the hardware which we require in this tutorial ahead. For the hardware section and the connections, first of all we require a particle photon, which you are seeing on my screen. Now next we need this I2C shield. This I2C shield is available on our website controleverything.com, and the fact we use this shield is to make other I2C devices connections very easy. So make this connection and gently place the particle photon over the I2C shield like this. Now our second requirement is of the sensor, that is HDC1000, and this is a connecting cable. Make the connection of the cable and the sensor like this, and while making this connection, make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and same procedure had to be followed for the shield. Now we require a micro USB cable just like this to power up our particle photon. Now we are completed with our hardware connections. Let's have a look over the particle code for the interfacing of the sensor. For the interfacing of the sensor with a particle photon, the requirement is of a particle code. So go to github.com and here search for Control Everything Community Repository and click on it. Now to find our sensor, that is HDC1000, type in here, and this is our required sensor and the particle code is here. Let's have a look over the instruction for the particle code and the photon. We have to log into our particle photon and set up our device, and this link will help us to log in and set up our device. You can go through it. In the second part, we have to download or git pull the code, and we have to copy and go to the online ID. The online ID is build.particle.io link, and you go here and copy your code. In the next and last part, we have to verify and flash the code on our photon, and the code output is available on this link, the dashboard.particle.io user logs. You can have your output on the screen. So this is how particle code works with a particle photon. Now get back to our particle code, and here it is. It's a .ini extension file, and you notice that we have included wire application.h and spark wiring.I2C .h library first, and we have defined our address for the sensor, that is 0x40. Here we have created and used some variables and defined them. In the void setter function, similarly we have set variables for the sensor. We have initialized serial communication and the baud rate is equal to 9600. In the writing section part, we have selected configuration register having address 0x02, and we have written the commands for temperature, humidity enabled, resolution equal to 14 bits, heater on, and the command for that is 0x30, and the writing part is here. The next part, we have void loop function, and here we have first part. There are two parts, temperature and humidity. The first part, we have sent temperature measurement command for the address 0x00. We have requested and read 2 bytes for the temperature data. This is the conversion part of the temperature data, which is according to the data sheet of HDC1000. Similarly, in the second part, we have sent humidity measurement command, and the command is 0x00, and the writing part is here. We have requested and read 2 bytes of humidity data, and in the conversion part, the humidity is being changed or calculated using the formulas defined in the data sheet. At the bottom of our code, we have our output data on the dashboard displayed in the form of relative humidity along with temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. So this is how our particle code is. Now let's see how the particle code works with the particle photon along with the sensor. For the working part of the particle photon and the sensor, so copy this entire particle code and open up the build terminal as described earlier. Now here paste the entire code and name it as HDC1000 and save the firmware. And now verify the firmware. Code is verified and it's great. Now flash it. For the flashing of code, as you can see, we have to check for the magenta flash, and the magenta flash is done and it's successful. Now we have to open up the dashboard link for the user logs, and here it is. It's opening and we have our relative humidity along with temperature data. Now when I press my finger over the sensor, there's a change in relative humidity and temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. Now when I again do the change in relative humidity in percentage and temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit is visible clearly. So this is how our particle code works with the particle photon with the sensor. Now let's have a look ahead. We have just seen the working of humidity and temperature sensor HDC1000. The HDC1000 is a digital humidity sensor with an integrated temperature sensor that provides excellent measurement accuracy at very low power. The device measures humidity based on a novel capacitive sensor. The humidity and temperature sensors are factory calibrated. So they are being used in wide applications like HVAC, smart thermostats and room monitors, printers, handheld meters, medical devices, cargo shipping, and a lot. This sensor is available on our website controleverything.com, and the particle code is available on the same site. You can also download the particle code from our GitHub repository, that is Control Everything Community. In case of any queries, you can reach us on controleverything.com, and you can also post your comments on our community page. For more articles and blogs, you can contact us on instructables.com. And for more video tutorials like these, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. At the end, you have a very good day and a lot thanks for watching.